Howdy y'all, Bananiac here, and as you all know, I consider myself a vegan advocate, not just for the plant-based diet itself. I mean, I'm all for a whole food plant-based diet, but I wouldn't label myself as just plant-based. I do think of myself as being a vegan, being compliant to the vegan lifestyle. And a question that I get so often is it possible to be 100% vegan? Now, you're probably watching this and thinking, what are you talking about? You just follow the guidelines and you're all set, right? You just eat a plant-based diet, you don't buy leather, don't support animal testing, all that stuff, right? Well, not quite. There's actually a really good interview by Bite Size Vegan. She did an interview with Gary Yourofsky, huge vegan advocate and animal activist, and really great interview, by the way. I'll have the link to it down below. Please watch that, and also please watch the best speech you will ever hear by Gary Yourofsky himself. All that in the description down below. Basically, when it comes down to it, none of us are 100% vegan, no matter how much we want to be, no matter how much we think we are. We're not. None of us can be 100% vegan, and I'm not saying that, to give anyone the excuse to eat animal products, but when it comes down to it, I mean, you most likely use a vehicle to get from place to place, either your work or school or whatever. Just the production itself is not good for the environment, and you got animal byproducts in most, if not all, vehicles, like stearic acid in wheels, or maybe glue or leather. Maybe if you have like paper to take notes on and stuff, you're supporting cutting down forests. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is you can't be 100% vegan, and there's nothing wrong with that for the world that we live in today. If you're watching this video in the future and I'm already buried in the ground, then this video and this message probably doesn't apply to you. But if you're living in 2014 right now watching this video, it's okay not to be 100% vegan, because when it comes down to it, you most likely aren't. What veganism means to me is striving for a better world. It's being conscious of your actions and the decisions you make. I ask myself, by doing this, am I going to harm anyone else, or am I going to harm the environment, which is later on going to harm someone else? That's my thought process in all of this. It's about striving for a better world. Now, at the same time, I need to be realistic. I need to think to myself, what do I need to do in order to reach that better state? Do I have to make certain sacrifices? Some things are unavoidable, unfortunately. Now, that's not to say just because you can't be 100% vegan because you drive cars or, fly in airplanes or whatever, or even probably using a MacBook like this, that doesn't give you the excuse to go out and have a cheeseburger, or to wear leather, or to buy a fur coat. I mean, eating plant-based is so easy. I mean, how realistic is it? You can find vegan food anywhere you go. You can order some rice and soy sauce at an Asian restaurant. You can get rice and beans, get some corn tortillas at Mexican restaurants. You go to Indian food, most of it's vegetarian anyway. Heck, even if you go to Outback Steakhouse, you can order a baked potato, you can order veggies, a salad. It's so easy. There's no excuse why you shouldn't be eating plant-based, and for your health as well. It's so much healthier for you. But leaving the health issue aside and just having the conscious mindset of not hurting others or the environment, it's still so easy. I mean, you can get vegan pizzas. There's absolutely no reason why anyone cannot eat a plant-based diet, even on the lowest budget possible. Wearing leather and fur and anything that comes from an animal is another excuse as well. There's no reason why anyone, why should an animal have to die for you to have an item that's just going to sit in your closet when you're not wearing it, when that animal went through so much? It gave its life just to be a product hung up on your closet. There's no excuse there. There's plenty of cotton stuff. There's synthetic stuff. We all have to make sacrifices, but as long as we can get the general direction right, don't worry about these little problems. Of course, there's going to be issues we have to face after we get the bigger stuff out of the way, but right now there's so many animals being slaughtered for food. And later on, that food causes most of the Western chronic diseases that we face. That's not only tearing lives apart, it's hurting the environment, it's hurting other people whose grains are getting exported to feed those animals. So what veganism means to me is just striving for a better world. And that's the advice that I could give to anyone who is thinking about doing the vegan diet, or even those who are on the vegan diet or the vegan lifestyle, I should say. Just do your best. Do your best, but also be realistic of the sacrifices you need to make and the choices that you need to make as well. You know, don't think that just because you can't be 100% vegan gives you the excuse to go and support the harming of other animals. Just bottom line, follow your heart. That is the best advice that I could give to anyone. So if you want to cross this word out, you want to replace it with something else, maybe you want to replace it with better, or you know, whatever you want to replace it with, just strive for a better world, because the world we live in, it needs some work, okay? It needs some work done by good people that want to bring good change to this planet. And we definitely need it. So that's what veganism means to me. What does veganism mean to you? Would you consider yourself 100% vegan? Post that down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this subject. I know it's a lot of you guys ask me this all the time, and other people use these excuses against the argument to go vegan and to ditch animal products. You know, what are you guys' thoughts? Post this down below. Hit that thumbs up for me. Subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out my second YouTube channel called Symposium Films. Got all my interviews and lectures. Check it out. It's pretty darn cool. And remember to eat just plants. Okay, I'm a bit of a hypocrite if you want to call me that. Bananiac cuts down forests